Do you think you will be better looking in 10 years' time? Hide this.
I love this question. So what are we using? You said 10 years time, like, are we rating it physically? Like what?
Yeah, looks, physical looks.
So what about it physically?
What do you mean?
Well, like, for example, I could be comparing two things, and I'm like, what do I find physically beautiful? 6 fingers, 7 feet tall, 3 arms. You know, what about it physically? Because from what I understand, I've heard this
What?
question before.
Wait, I think he meant like you.
What?
Yeah.
By
Okay.
your standards. I
Guys,
think that's what Brian.
stick with me,
What
stick
is
with
this?
me.
Fingers? Are you going to grow a finger
Guys,
when you're 30?
stick with me, stick with me, stick with me, stick with me. All right, so let's say you're asking me, am I going to be better looking at 20 or 30?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we're measuring this, like, what's our unit of measure? It's the physical beauty. What about physical beauty? Okay, so let's say you.
Overall attractiveness. It's very simple. Let's not overcomplicate it. Just overall attractiveness.
No,
Are
I'm
you gonna
really
be hotter?
simplifying it. I'm really
Go
simplifying it.
ahead, simplify it for us.
All right. So I think from what I understand, what the unit of measure is youth. And so then the question breaks down to, am I younger as a 20-year-old woman or as a 30-year-old woman? And going off of numbers, yes, I am younger at 20 than I am at 30.
Well, that's not the question.
But it is.
No, it's not the question.
It's simply, are you going to be hotter?
Yeah,
Are you
hotter
gonna be
based
more
on what?
attractive to,
Right.
to
Based on
people
what?
in general.
Based
Any
on what?
measure that you rate someone at. So you rated yourself. Weren't you a 10? Were you one of the 10s?
Oh, yeah, I never got to explain why I said 10. I thought we were going to be able to explain it.
Okay, why don't you do that, and then
Okay.
we'll go back to this. Why are you a 10?
There is a time in my life where I felt so invisible and so unloved, and like if I didn't love myself, that no one else would, just as a kid growing up. So like I made a commitment to myself that like I would show up to myself. No, it's serious. Yeah, so I don't know. But anyways, going off of that.
Wait, what does that have to do with your assessment of your looks?
Because she said, oh, you're one of the people that said you're a 10, and I
Okay.
was just explaining why I thought I was a 10.
Right. Okay, so do you want to just answer the question so we don't get bogged down forever?
I mean, you can move on, but I said my answer.
No, you
Did you?
didn't say your answer. You were asking for clarification, and it was provided.
Right. So what's the unit of measurement?
It's, are you going to be
to you.
more attractive than
Hot.
a 10? You're a
More
10 now.
hot.
Are you still going to be a 10 in 10 years?
Yes.
But it does change the question a little bit. So, will you be more physically attractive in 10 years' time?
Physically, based on what?
On your physical appearance.
Face, body.
So
Very
you're going to
simple.
look
Everything.
different
Total
in 10
package.
years. And if you're a 10 now, are you going to be a 15 or are you going to be like a 5? Like, are you going to get more attractive or
God,
less attractive?
hold on.
I think it's.
You guys
We
are
know.
you're adding complication to it. Just let me get this through.
I mean, it's really like, what are we valuing when it comes to physical attractiveness?
Oh, for Pete's sake, just answer the question. If you
I
were
am
my
answering the
child, I'd be
question.
like, do you want dinner? Do you want dinner right now? Because if you do,
No,
you better
let's-
answer the damn question.
Let's really
Just
peel
answer the
back. Let's
question.
really peel back. Let's break this down. What are we considering beautiful? Is it youth? If the answer is yes, then it follows that yes, I will be 20. Like when I'm 20, I'll be younger than when I'm 30. So yeah.
I have no idea why young men don't want to get married. I can't figure it out. It's a mystery.
I don't
Wait,
know
let's
why you
go-
don't understand.
Because who would want to deal with this? This
Exactly.
isn't-
Oh
You
no,
just
I
answer-
meant like
you know what
Thank
we're
you.
talking about. Just answer the question. We're not all smoking weed and being like, yeah, bro, like, what do you like when we say attractive?
Exactly. Thank you.
I mean, do you understand like what a question is? There's like a premise and then like what follows logically. Like you can break it down. It's like
You're
I've
talking
never,
on and
I've
on.
never
Here.
done a debate. I have no idea what a question
Private
is.
chat
I'm
incoming.
clueless.
What if you
Yeah.
really need me to break down beauty for you and looks? We'll do it right now.
okay.
We're getting something pulled up. Okay, make it big so I can read it, please. Big. No, you gotta click on it, then zoom it out. Make it a little bigger, please. Okay, so there's various factors when it comes to your face: facial harmony, mid-face ratio, eye area, skin, features, bones, the rest. Facial harmony is how well a person's facial features fit well together with the rest of the face. Scroll down. Keep going. Mid-face ratio. Mid-face ratio is a major component in determining the objective rating. Ideally, a female face should have 36% of her mid-face. Scroll down. Eyes. Desired traits for the female eye area: large almond-shaped eyes, arched-shaped eyebrows, feline, innocent. Okay, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Skin. Healthy, smooth skin is commonly a sign of youth. Next. Facial shape, face shape, nose, lips, next, bones. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Is that it? And then
Yeah, that
there's
makes
and then
sense.
there's your body, there's
okay,
there's
cool.
the skin and
So this is
all-
great. So right, for the example, I'm comparing myself as 20 to myself as 30. So let's just assume that I have all the same features, right?
Mhm.
What's the difference? The difference is age. So if the value is youth, then yes. I mean, let's take for example this water bottle and this glass cup.
No, it's not.
If-
Okay, no. Here,
can
let me
turn it
make
off.
let
Oh
me
my God, it's
let me make
exhausting.
this really simple. Let me make this
I'm
really
trying
simple.
to make this simple too.
It's not necessarily, age comes with things, but it's not necessarily your age. It's how you look, right?
yeah.
So if you were 50, but you somehow magically looked exactly the same,
Yeah.
the assessment of your physical appearance would not matter if you were 20 or 50. Now, as it currently stands, there's no way for a woman at 20 to end up looking the exact same way at 50. But do you agree, typically, when you're 20, you're going to look different than when you're 30, 40, 50?
Yes.
You'll look different.
Yeah.
What are some of those changes that might occur?
Well, you might get older, and with age comes wrinkles. And so if the value is that you like no wrinkles, aka like you like younger people, then yes. Then that means that your unit of measure is youth. If I say for example, water bottles or water containers that are metal are more beautiful than containers that are glass, or I don't know. And we're comparing these, it's like which one's more beautiful? Well, this one's metal, so this one is more beautiful. Right? Like the unit of measure is that
What's your
it's
point?
metal.
You're making this unnecessarily complicated.
It's really
I think
simple.
she's stalling on purpose.
It's not.
Huh?
I think
Okay,
she's stalling
so-
on purpose.
I'm not
Just like her friend
stalling.
made up a story about a cult.
Okay,
she's kinda
so here,
trolling.
let me ask you a different question.
Yeah.
Do you think that the average 35-year-old woman is more attractive than the average 25-year-old woman?
Based on youth? Like based
What
on
is the?
what?
But let me ask you a question. You seem to be making the case that there are differing measures and differing units of attractiveness.
Yes.
One of which you think is youth.
Yeah.
What are the other ones?
Well, for me, I don't measure myself purely based off my physical looks. My value comes from all sorts of things.
Okay, so cool. You play the violin. That has zero to do with your outward physical appearance.
Yeah, and so since we're talking about physical
That-
appearance, that's
what
why
we're
I haven't
talking
brought
about.
that up.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we're talking about. So
Okay.
you could be the most amazing person.
Yeah.
And there could be, if you tend to have a more positive disposition, you smile a lot.
Totally.
This will shift your perceived physical appearance slightly.
Yeah, sure.
Like if you're smiling and have a brightness to you versus constant scowling and resting bitch face, whatever it is. I'll grant this, but a beautiful 10 out of 10 woman who's got a sourpuss on her face versus an objectively ugly woman, even if the ugly woman is smiling, is not going to be appraised or assessed as more attractive than the 10 out of 10 model woman.
We're not talking about two different people. We're talking about me at 20 and me at 30.
That's right.
So how's that relevant?
Because you literally brought it up. You're like, well, I think I'm more attractive because of my insides. And I said that's irrelevant.
I told you where my value comes from because the second question you posed was like, do you think the average 35-year-old person is more attractive than the average
Yeah, more
25?
physically attractive. It's within the context of the looks
Okay,
conversation.
now that I'm sorry, I just didn't have that clarification. I wasn't
It was
sure if
within
we
the
were broad.
context of the looks.
Guys don't see your personality. They
I'm
see
just,
the
I'm just being a
outside.
little silly, guys.
Nobody see your personality until they get to know you. That's the whole point.
Right, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, what are we using to measure physical attractiveness?
Okay, so
between
here,
two same
let me
people?
ask you
It's
this.
actually
stop,
a
stop,
method,
Stop,
what he
stop,
showed you.
stop. Is it your position that oh my God, God damn, you guys gotta let me fucking talk. Holy fuck. Totally lost what I was gonna say. Totally lost my train of thought. Do you think that in your own viewpoint that women are more attractive when they're younger? At 20 versus 30?
Based on physical.
Physical looks, yes.
Based on what about the physicalness?
Oh my God.
Based on youth, yeah, they're younger.
Respectfully, can we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
Please.
hog the conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, scientists, they need to agree on a unit of measurement before they talk. I don't see why
The
this
unit
is
of measurement is beauty.
That's not specific enough. You can't say the unit of measurement
Aesthetics
is
are
length.
objective,
You need to
sweetie.
say inches, millimeters, you know?
Aesthetics are objective. We know what's beautiful and we know what's not beautiful.
Yeah,
Now,
so what's the
you can
measurement?
keep-
You
are
literally
you
pulled up a
pretending
chart
to be
and it
dumb?
was showing me
'Cause I hope-
measurements. It
I
was
hope
showing
you're
the mid-face
pretending. I hope you're
ratio.
pretending to be dumb. Are you pretending
Are you
to
calling
be
me-
dumb?
do you
'Cause
think
could
I'm
just
being
drop
dumb?
it. You could just drop the act and stop pretending to be stupid and just answer the
I
question.
feel like I'm explaining this in a really easy to understand way.
Actually,
I
the
think you're being
opposite.
obstinate and ridiculous.
Do you
And
guys
if we look
think-
at a
do you guys
picture of you at
understand
20
what
and a
I'm trying to
picture of
make?
you
I
at
think you're
30,
trolling.
which is going to look better?
Yeah, I think
You're going on and on,
it's-
and
We're not making any
I think at one
progress.
point it turned into trolling.
people get really
Oh,
bored.
I'm sorry you guys feel that way. We can move on. I'm not trolling.
I mean, just don't be upset when the show goes super late because you've continuously just waste 10 minutes every time we get to
Well,
you having to.
You can move on. You're the
Or
host.
you could just, like-
control the flow of the conversation.
Or you could just operate in good faith and just answer the question.
I'm
Zero accountability.